Today we decided to boost our movement speed and take a minibus, which costs €2 per person from Tbilisi to Gori. A very important detail: if you are in Georgia, then never, you hear me, never trust the taxi drivers who graze at the station, but trust the internet and Google Maps. Taxi drivers will convince you that there is no cheap bus at the station and the station itself does not exist, but in reality it is nearby just 50 meters further, and the price there is 10 times smaller. The fact is that often in Georgia the official bus station is adjacent to an overground parking slot of private minibuses called marshrutkes, and there are also a lot of taxi drivers there. So don't fool yourself and use the official minibuses. Yes, if you think that it is a Cappadocia, so you're not right, because it's Georgia, but it looks like Cappadocia, and it's Georgia. Indeed, it is a Georgia. We found ourselves at the cave city of Uplistsikhe. Apparently, the population here lives not only on the mountains, but in the mountains. As for the city itself, it is very ancient, and it is believed that it arose in the first millennium before Christ. Judging by its appearance today, you cannot say that people lived in it until the 19th century. Now, it is of a little use for this, despite the fact that at one time Uplistsikhe had all the features of a civilized city: a Hellenistic theater, a pharmacy, and a throne room. There was also internal infrastructure: water supply, drainage, many secret passages and tunnels, tanks in which water was stored, ovens for baking bread, and so on. The inhabitants themselves were pagans and for a long time worshipped the pantheon of Georgian gods, strongly resisting the Christianity that came to them. Altars, including deep ones for the underground gods, have been preserved. The name of the city is associated with mythological Uplos, son of Misthetos, who was the great-grandson of Noah, the forefather of Jesus, who built the ark.
Зачем тебе монетки?
Чтобы достать и быть богатым, как Скрудж Макдак, а потом купить себе мандаринов и заживать их.
Да, но здесь недостаточно монеток, чтобы стать Скруджем Макдаком.
Ну, на мандарины достаточно.
Может быть. Туда нельзя.
Красивые монетки.
Спускайся. Прыгай.
Я не спущусь отсюда.
Прыгай.
Я не прыгну, у меня нет страховки.
Контент.
У меня нет страховки.
Контент.
Don't have any insurance. Okay. Нет.
Ладно, не надо, сейчас умрешь. Иди там спустись. У тебя нет страховки.
О-о.
Ты глупый, у тебя нет страховки, тут камни. Слезь там.
Поскольку выдалась свободная минутка, то, пожалуй, поделюсь своими личными впечатлениями о Грузии. Грузия красивая страна. Тут полно гор, моря, набожные грузины, и она все больше продолжает напоминать мне Грецию. Здесь очень много машин, так как во время эпидемии коронавируса по какой-то причине поднялся спрос на автомобили, и каждый гражданин их себе накупил сполна. Бензин дешевый, газ тоже. Множество автомобилей ездят исключительно на газе. Ездят здесь достаточно, как бы помягче, аутентично. Несмотря на большое скопление полиции, присутствие которой постоянно ощущаешь, вождение оставляет желать лучшего. Знаете, в будущем я, наверное, хотел бы, чтобы на борту моего космического корабля инженером был немец, исследователем француз, а водителем грузин. потому что мы бы точно добрались до заданного пункта, уворачиваясь от встречных комет. Но за мягкую посадку я, конечно, не уверен. Кадров сумасшедшего вождения я вам не покажу, так как во время него я держался за поручень. Однако, чтобы вы понимали, когда я задремал в машине, а позже проснулся, водитель спросил, хорошо ли я спал. По привычке ответил, что да, хорошо. Однако позже я начал вспоминать, как, сидя на заднем сидении, меня штормило и бросало слева направо, и как я постоянно с размаху бился о стекло двери головой. Прямо у тебя под ногами. 3, там их 3. There's 3 big lizards over there. You don't see it on the GoPro, but Katrina will take a picture. Oh, they're a pretty big one. А? А, рядом с ним она поменьше была.
Нам бы поторопиться.
Интересная деталь. Не знаю, как в других странах, но в прошлой серии хозяин, приютивший нас у себя, занимался сваркой и созданием бамперов для машин. И мы не раз замечали на дорогах машины с отсутствующими бамперами и некоторыми другими частями. Как думаете, с чего бы это? Who is that pretty lady? I don't know. And I choose this bridge to be crossed off by myself because someone, I don't know who, I won't say a name, but someone which is starting from K-A and ending with a T, Kate. Wow, a lot of corns. Little corns was chosen to go over there, but me chose here. She said that it's a bridge for the cows, but I don't believe. Such a huge bridge only for the cows, that will be, I don't know, to measure, that will be crazy to do this great building of in this very great landscape just only for the cows. If it's so, maybe, who knows, but I can also be a cow. It depends how to see, because you know, sometimes knife it's not a knife, so the cow is not a cow, so I can cross it. Look at that, I'm crossing it. Wow, there is a water. Wow. Yeah. Круто. Today we're in this small and cozy village called Borjomi, and in some languages, as Russian for example, there is a proverb, as my football coach was always saying, that it's too late to drink Borjomi water when your liver is not working. Fortunately, mine is still working, and we'll taste the Borjomi water now.
Это самая обычная вода, да?
I feel like I became a human.
Le parc central de Borjomi est ouvert au public depuis 2005. C'est un endroit agréable dont la partie principale, destinée à la promenade, se jette en douceur dans une réserve naturelle avec des sentiers de randonnée.
Hello! We just entered the park of the Borjomi, which costs 5 lari per person just to enter the park. So for that reason, I will drink the Borjomi water, which is in the park, for 5 lari and no more or less.
Это тоже обычная вода, да?
Borjomi water tastes pretty good. It's a little bit of salty water. So now I feel like I drank for 1 lari and it tastes like 4 more lari to drink water, and I hope will be 4 more drinkable resources of water. Да? Ох, тут кускус был. Блю. So now the moment of truth. We'll drink the real Borjomi water. And we'll look, because you remember, 4 lari more. It's not a waterfall, but это кран, но ничего. My bottle tastes not so good because there was couscous and other spaghetti over there, but still Borjomi should make better this taste. It's salty, it's warm. Oh, so cheers. And actually I put like 4 Borjomi bottles out of 4 because I feel like I'm drinking some natural gas. It's salty and warm, not so cool.
Бряк.
Black et blue.
Бляк.
We'll taste another Borjomi water, which comes from the river, not from the tap water, so it will have more taste. Let's do that. Wait a second, my backpack. Let's do that. That's pretty warm, I mean pretty fresh, like 5 degrees. on the taste, it's not so salty, it's fresh and it's natural. So I put it 5 out of 5 Borjomi bottles.
Dans ce parc également existent des sources souterraines chaudes, des bains dont l'entrée coûte environ 10 euros par personne et l'eau elle-même n'est pas si chaude, bien que cela ne soit possible que pour les mois de novembre. La route pour promenade est assez agréable, en montée ou en descente selon l'endroit où vous commencez la randonnée. Si vous partez du haut, depuis l'emplacement camping gratuit indiqué sur les Google Maps, vous pourrez alors accéder gratuitement à parc. En fait, concernant le camping, c'est plutôt un endroit en forêt où il y a une cheminée.
It tastes like a waterfall. I put it like 5 out of 5 waterfalls of Borjomi out of 5. So there is still one resource of water which was not tasted, encore, and this is the water from the swimming pool. I guess it won't be so nice, but what to do? I have to drink water for 5 lari, and for now I drank only for 3, so it's 2 more. Let's try it. No, the water from the swimming pool is not so good, and I think I feel bad now. I have problems in my stomach, maybe some warmth, but still it's a water. 2 out of 5 Borjomi water. I think we found the last resource of water in the Borjomi Park, and we will need to try it to understand critically and with rational thought what is the best water resource in the Borjomi Park. Let's try it! Когда мы спускались, я нашел кота, и он залез на меня, и он хочет согреться, потому что сейчас, видимо, прохладно и моросит небольшой дождик. Поэтому я его взял чуть-чуть посогревать и спускаться дальше. Today's raining day, but we still need to move, so we're going. This tastes like rain. I give 3 out of 5, like a tap water. Found that.
Bye.
Look at that. It's 4 o'clock, so it's time to try some traditional Georgian dishes. And we have on the right ring hinkali, and on the left ring hachapuri. So let's try to eat of some of them. As you see, I have a fork over there, but it's a trick, just for make fun of the tourists. For the hinkali, you don't need any fork. You take your hand, you take it from the tail, because in hinkali there is a soup which you need to suck. You take first bite, and then you drink a soup. It's very tasty, and like that you eat a hinkali. But you will have a question how to eat hachapuri. I will show you. Take a bread, you eat it. So you don't need any fork in traditional Georgian cuisine. Классическую проходку делаю. Тело, ноги, рюкзак.
Покажешь, куда ступишь.
Ну да.